Hey friend, welcome back. This quick little episode, I'm going to chat about how you stop saying as a speaker. And if you are leading or speaking from the front of the room, or maybe you are learning how to speak and you find yourself saying filler words a lot, then you are going to want this tip that I have found has helped me so much. Now, when we're talking about filler words, these are words that are the ums and the likes and so, and even when you start a sentence and there's a little bit of a pause, or if you are speaking and there's a little bit of a pause, this is the space where you can almost feel uncomfortable in the silence, and we have to tend to fill it with these filler words. So I want to share with you one of my favorite secrets as a speaker that I have learned to get rid of these filler words. It is called anchoring. And if you've never heard of this concept, it is almost like a subconscious or a subliminal way that you are able to attach your brain to think about something in order to either do something or to recall something. I remember when I first started learning about this concept, it's a lot in the NLP world. And when I was learning this concept for pageantry, to actually be able to recall confidence and this most magnetic, like I really anchored words like confidence and shining bright and magnetism and these beautiful words, that I anchored them to this specific move so that even now, years and years later, I can still do this anchor move, and all of a sudden I feel those things in my body, and it just like shifts my internal state with one moment and with one move. Now, when it comes to speaking and using an anchor, this isn't as in depth as what that concept is that I'm talking about, but this anchoring filler words is really important, whether you are doing your podcast or you are speaking on stage or you are teaching in your online course or whatever this might be, and you want to get rid of these filler words, or even you're at a networking event and you just want to quit saying like every other word. That for me is one of mine, is when I'm not grounded and I start to talk really fast, I tend to say like a lot. And so I've learned to be able to anchor myself, to pay attention to this anchor so that I don't say things as much. There'll still be a few of them there, but I don't say them as much, and it's not every other word. And so this anchoring concept means that you actually anchor something on your body that helps you subconsciously pay attention to where when you are speaking that you aren't saying like and so and. And so for me, one of my anchors is I actually have a couple different rings that I just keep in my wallet. They're just these fake little cheapy whatever, cubic zirconia things that I got off of Amazon, but I keep them in my wallet so that I can put them on anytime I need to, in order to just have something that feels different on my body. I wear my wedding ring all the time, so it's almost like I don't even remember it's there. I have another beautiful ring that my husband got me for our 10-year anniversary, so I wear that all the time, so it's almost like something I don't really notice those. But when I put on another ring, I put it on another one of my fingers, it's almost like it feels new. And it feels there's something that is there that my body isn't used to feeling. And I've learned to anchor that new feeling with these filler words. And that as I'm subconsciously feeling this ring on a different finger, I also am aware to not say the words like or so or all the time. And so I want you to try this next time you are speaking or recording your thing or even walking into a room to connect with other people, is put on an extra ring that you wouldn't pay attention to, or put on an extra necklace that you like, that really, like, it has to press up against your body so that you're aware of it. And it almost creates this, it just is this awareness. It just is this anchor of, oh, I'm aware of this extra ring on my finger, and I know I'm not saying or like or so when I'm speaking. And because your brain is subconsciously aware of this extra ring, it's this beautiful way, it has this beautiful way of making you aware of not saying these filler words. And so that is my encouragement for you. That is one of my speaking hacks and tips to do. It's super, affordable way to be able to do that, and to be able to just get your body subconsciously aware of not saying those filler words. So if you try this, I would actually love to hear your feedback. I would love to hear how it works. And if you want to learn more tips and tricks like that, if you are probably not a beginning speaker, you actually have probably been speaking for a little while, you're confident on stage, but you actually want to, what I like to say is, you want to go from good to great. You want to go from having it be kind of a side hustle and maybe doing it for free to now being a paid speaker. If you want to go from, I would say, it's almost like how when I went from being a high school volleyball player to a collegiate volleyball player to then I went over to Europe to play professionally. There was different levels and different expectations, or different levels of skill required. I obviously had to get better and better and better at skills that I was already good at, and I had to get stronger and stronger and stronger in places that I was already strong at. And it was just those things that really tipped me over the top. It was kind of those unfair advantages that I had worked really hard for to be able to rise to the top. So if this is you, if this analogy is speaking to you, when it comes to you being a voice and you want to learn some of these, when you get to be an excellent speaker and an excellent facilitator, it actually is now the little things that are going to make a really big difference for you to be able to stand out among the crowd, and to then begin to be invited into bigger stages and into bigger spaces, or to then create bigger stages and bigger spaces. And so this is for you. So I actually want you to text me the word speaker to 833-231-8098. That's text me the word speaker to 833-231-8098. I'm about to launch something, and it is for those, you're called to be a voice. You got to put in the reps to become the best in the industry. Like, you're not interested in being mediocre. You're not interested in just talking at people. You're not interested in speaking to and just continuing to speak to a room with 10 or 20 people, which is amazing. That's a great place to start. But you know that your message and what the call that's on your life to be a voice is actually meant to fill stadiums. And it's meant to make, not just talk at people, but to make a deep and a major transformational impact on their life, so that when they walk in the room and they see you on stage, or they hear your message, or you facilitate something, that when you are done, they leave completely different and transformed. Then what I'm about to launch and what I'm about to open up is for you. So text me the word speaker to 833-231-8098. And if you're trying this tip, if you're trying this hack with the anchoring for the filler words, give it a try and then send me a message on Instagram. I would love to hear how this goes for you. All right, my friend, that is today's quick sip episode. Cheers to your success, and we'll talk to you next time. Thank you so much for listening to the show. I hope it brought some value and some fun into your business and life. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast, and even share the episode with a fellow business bestie who you know will love it.
It helps us continue to attract top-level guests and reach more and more women who are on their journey in business just like you. Remember that when money gets in the hands of good women, great things happen. Cheers to your success.